Hello everyone, my name is Ruimin. Now I'm studying in the St. Petersburg State University. So today I will present our work entitled Machine Learning-Based Prediction of Carbon Dioxide Emission. In this study, we built a multi-country machine learning framework to forecast annual carbon dioxide emissions and compare four ensemble models like random forest, XGBoost, LightGBM, and CatBoost. We also analyze which economic, social, and energy factors are most influential for emissions using a time window-based feature importance approach. In the first part of this presentation, I will focus on the background and then gradually introduce the methodology framework that we use in this study. Here is the outline of my presentation, and let me start with the broader climate and policy context. So the rising atmospheric concentration of carbon dioxide is a key driver of global climate change, and it has significant impacts on human activities and our daily life as a major greenhouse gas. Carbon dioxide contributes heavily to global warming and environmental degradation. Importantly, climate change is not only an environmental issue. Its roots are closely related to development parties. Countries follow different development paths, energy structures, and industrial patterns, which leads to very heterogeneous emission trajectories. So in response, the international community has established the Paris Agreement. And in these reasons, building accurate and interpretable carbon dioxide emissions models is crucial for our daily life and for climate governance and sustainable development planning. Why carbon dioxide emissions are hard to predict? First, the relationships among these variables are highly linear, and there are also high-order interactions, such as the combined effect of the GDP. Also, this phenomenon exhibits strong temporal dependence, and the last of all these aspects make carbon dioxide prediction high-dimensional, linear, and temperature dependent problem. So traditional econometric approaches such as linear regression or simple time series models are transparent but often too restrictive. They assume mostly linear and additive effects and therefore struggle with nonlinear feedbacks and changing conditions. On the other hand, existing machine learning studies often focus on a single country or a religion, rely on black box models with limited interpretability, and really perform systematic comparison of several ensemble methods on a large multi-country dataset. Our work is designed to fill this gap. And we address two main research questions. First, how well can tree-based ensemble models predict annual carbon dioxide emissions in a multi-country setting? So the first is which economic, social, environmental, energy factors are most influential when we account for large effects over several years. To answer these questions, we built a unified modeling framework using the panel data from 107 countries between 2000 and 2020 years. And we also represent temperature information with a 5-year time window, so that the model can capture the later effects of the different drivers. So first step, our indicators cover 5 dimensions. First, economic, second, social and environmental, energy, and the last is technology. Our target is predict the carbon dioxide emissions per capita. So before we construct the model, we carry out the data cleaning, and we need to do multivariate outlier detection using the specific methods for each country, and use this core standardization of all numerical features to make them comparable across countries and over time. So now we can see the overview of our indicators. It's divided 5 parts, and we compare 4 tree-based ensemble models. Random forest. It creates many decredited decision trees trained on bootstrap samples. And the second, we use the XGBoost. It builds tree sequentially, each one correcting the residues of the previous ensemble. And the third, we use the LightGBM. It improves the efficiency with histogram-based splits, gradient-based one-set sampling, and exclusive feature bondings. And the last, we use the CatBoost. It's particularly strong for this state, and it also uses the orderate boosting and symmetric trace and handles this information through target encoding. So the last, because we want to explain the models, so we apply permutation importance. We randomly shuffle one feature at a time and measure how much the models square, and the larger the drop, the more important that the feature is. This is done within our 5-year time window representation, so that we can account for the alleged effects for each driver. And we adopt a multi-control joint modeling strategy. So it means all countries' time series are merged into one panel, and a single model is trained on this combined dataset. We use a classical split into training, validation, and the test datasets and a 5-year window to predict the next year carbon dioxide emissions. So across all error metrics reported in this table, such as we use the R-square, MSE, RMSE, MAE, and MAPE. So our 4 ensemble models achieve high predictive accuracy, and among them, we can say CatBoost consistently delivers the best overall performance and stability. So followed by LightGBM, where XGBoost is particularly effective at reducing specific prediction biases. And then we can say the feature importance figures around the 4 ensemble models. So we can say energy-related variables dominated across all models. In particularly, electricity from the fossil fuels and the electricity from renewables are among the most influential drivers of our carbon dioxide emissions. And social geography factors such as land area and latitude also emerge as very important, indicating structural differences in countries' development paths and resource endowments. So GDP growth sometimes show a negative contribution in the certain models, suggesting that faster growth in economies may improve energy efficiency or accelerate low carbon transitions, which highlights the nonlinear link between development and emissions. And we can draw our conclusion. Our study shows that modern ensemble machine learning models can provide accuracy and robust forecast of emissions in a multi-control setting. While permutation-based feature importance method, it offers transparent insight into the underlying drivers. Energy indicators are consistently the most powerful predictors, but social, geographic, and the economic factors also play significant roles. In the future work, we plan to extend this framework to scenario analysis and policy simulations, for example, by exploring how change in the energy mix or the technology adoption would propagate into future emissions. And thank you very much for your attention.